from the start. You're the one who knows my heart. You are there for me, Jesus. You are showing me the way, love and kindness every day. You are helping me, Jesus. So I'll follow you, here and there and everywhere. I know it's true, you're always by my side. I'm ready for the time of my life. I'm set on doing what you do. I'm gonna share your love with the world. Ready, set, move.
Discover the story that shows you the character of God.
Hey, I'm Caleb, and I can't wait for you to check out my Bible. This one big book is actually like a library of 66 smaller books. We've got history, poetry, words of wisdom, personal letters, and much more. God inspired dozens of master storytellers over hundreds of years to write down these words for the people who lived then and for us now. Together, these books tell the epic story of how God created a perfect, beautiful world and everything in it, including us. Even when we turned our backs, God crafted a plan to bring us back into relationship. When we look at this incredible world God made and hear stories of how God has worked, we can trust God to work in our lives too. That's where true faith comes from. And I have 4 stories of the early church to show you what it can look like. We get started in the book of Acts. Here, a religious leader named Saul has an A+ grade in making trouble for Jesus followers. In fact, Saul gets permission to travel to the city of Damascus and make trouble for the believers there too. He's almost reached the city gates when a blinding light flashes all around Saul and knocks him off his high horse, in more ways than one. We stay in Acts chapter 9 for our next story. Saul, now blind, has been taken to a home in Damascus. 3 days later, God calls to Ananias, a Jesus follower in the city. God tells Ananias to go to Saul and pray for him. But Ananias knows all about Saul. He's like, why would I give a hand up to someone who's trying to take us down? Great question. Moving on to Acts 10. Here, an angel from God shows up while a Roman commander, Cornelius, prays. God tells him to send for a man named Peter. Meanwhile, as Peter prays the next day, God gives him a super vivid dream. A sheet from heaven filled with a whole zoo of animals seems to lower from heaven. And God tells Peter to have a cookout and eat up. What? It's a pretty crazy word picture, one that will send Peter straight to the home of Cornelius. We wrap up in Acts 12. Peter continues to share the good news about Jesus, but King Herod wants to put a stop to it. He throws Peter in prison and orders that he be guarded by 4 soldiers at all times. Peter faces trial and even death. But when other Jesus followers call out to God for help, God sets the stage for a Mission Impossible style prison break. The believers in the early church couldn't see Jesus with their eyes anymore, but they could see him in all the amazing things that God was doing. That made their faith strong. And I can't wait to see how that kind of faith shows up in you and me.
Find 6 letters around the lab and you will get a prize that's fab.
So we're supposed to search the whole lab with the black light?
Sounds like it.
Well, what are we looking for?
Not sure.
Let's start over here. Following right behind you.
I see you. Just make sure you have my back. Oh, look!
Ooh, it's a P.
Wow. Let's keep going.
Okay. Oh, it's a 3, but that's a number.
I think it counts, right?
As numbers do.
Let's keep going. Okay, so we have a P and a 3. Oh, look. Ooh. An L.
The plot thickens.
Yeah. I think we gotta find some more.
Ooh, right behind you.
We gotta find some more, Zeke. Oh, look. X marks the spot.
Arg, matey. Okay, so we've got 3,
P,
L.
X.
Okay, 2 more.
Right, that's 4. I'm kind of scared, Zeke.
Don't be, I'm right here.
Oh, here's an A.
Scared me. Okay, 1 more.
One more. What have we got so far?
3, P, L, X, A. 1 more.
One more.
Where is it?
You find it.
No, I couldn't.
You haven't found one yet.
Oh, okay. Is it on the ground? No. Is it on the ceiling? No.
Ooh, you're moving too fast.
Oh, sorry, where are you? Oh, there it is!
Whoa.
It's a C.
Okay, so that's 6.
Right.
What have we got?
We're done. Okay. 3,
P,
L,
A,
X.
C,
That's all of them.
3.
I said that.
We're done.
We're done.
Finally.
Lights.
Okay, that was 6. What have we got?
The 3 exact.
What if we rearrange the letters? Nope.
Oh, C-3PO. You know. Sir, the possibility of us successfully navigating the asteroid field is approximately 3,720 to 1.
There's no O.
Wait, let's see what it looks like with the 3 and the X put together.
Wait, I got it.
Oh, good, clap 3 times.
So we're supposed to clap 3 times?
You can do the honors. Okay. You ready?
Yes.
Ooh, glow sticks. Yes. Oh.
Hey everyone, I'm Brian. Today, I want to introduce you to a man named Saul. Now, if there was such a thing as a model Pharisee or Jewish religious leader, Saul was it. Saul, also known as Paul, was born as a Roman citizen, which gave him special privileges. Growing up, he studied the scriptures until he knew them inside and out. As the early church grew, Saul was just as upset as the other religious leaders. When a Jesus follower named Stephen was sentenced to die, Saul stood by in approval and actually held the coats of the men who threw stones at Stephen. Saul was absolutely certain that Jesus' followers were a threat and that the best way to please God was to get rid of them. He began going house to house, dragging believers off to prison, and when the new believers scattered to other towns, Saul wanted to follow. He took his plan to the high priest.
Give me letters to the synagogue in Damascus. Then I can go and hunt down men and women who belong to the way of Jesus. We'll arrest them and bring them back here to Jerusalem.
Fantastic idea. Consider it done.
With the approval of the high priest, Saul gathered a group of men and supplies for the journey. Now, Damascus, which was the capital of Syria, is around 150 miles from Jerusalem, so that would have taken nearly 2 weeks to travel on foot. But Saul hated the followers of Jesus so much that he couldn't wait to get on with it. After long days of travel, Saul's group finally neared the city of Damascus. The noonday sun shone down bright and hot, but Saul charged ahead, eager to carry out his plan.
We'll find them all. We'll stamp out this dangerous Jesus nonsense.
Then, something happened. Something that would change Saul's life in an instant. A brilliant light flared from heaven, so bright the sun seemed dim. A voice spoke from the light. Saul, Saul, why are you opposing me?
Who are you, Lord?
I am Jesus. I'm the one you are opposing. Okay, now imagine for a moment that you're Saul. You thought Jesus was just a troublemaker who was killed, dead and gone. Yet now he's alive, speaking to you from a blaze of light. It's like your whole world tips upside down in an instant. Whew. And Jesus wasn't done yet with what he had to say to Saul. Now get up and go into the city. There you will be told what you must do. The men with Saul saw the light too, and heard a sound.
What is that?
It's like thunder. As the light faded, Saul stood and opened his eyes.
I can't see.
Saul had been in full command, yet now he was helpless. Men from the group led him to a home in Damascus, and for 3 days, still blind, Saul prayed to God. During this time, he didn't even eat or drink anything. And that's where we'll leave it for today. The end.
Ooh, a cliffhanger.
You're right, it's to be continued.
You cannot just leave everyone hanging like this.
Okay, spoiler alert, Saul's meeting with Jesus did change him. Later, Saul regained his sight, and instead of trying to wipe out Jesus' followers, Saul became one.
So what's our part in the story?
Well, you probably won't hear Jesus ever speak to you from a brilliant light. Saul's perspective, his way of seeing the world, was changed in an instant. But as you begin to learn who Jesus is and choose to follow him, your vision too will start to shift. You'll start to see things in a new light.
Like the stuff that happens to you.
That's true. When you know Jesus, you discover that you are a child of God and that God loves you more than you can imagine. Everything that happens to you, even the hard stuff, becomes an opportunity to grow and become more like Jesus.
Knowing Jesus can change how you see other people too.
Yeah, it's like you get this supervision to look at your class bully or your annoying little cousin and see that they're made in God's image too.
And they deserve your love and respect.
Knowing Jesus means that you can pause at any moment in your day and ask Jesus to give you his perspective.
The more you do, the more Jesus will show you ways to love God and love people in everything you do.
Yep, I think you guys are seeing the light. See you next time.
So here's the thing. Knowing Jesus changes how you see things.
Sometimes things are out of my control. And sometimes I don't understand why the rolling thunder rolls. But when the rain falls from the sky, the grass turns green, the flowers bloom, and I stop asking why. Because I know with hope there's always a better tomorrow. It's hard to believe the best, but you can't win if you give up. Even if it doesn't work out like I planned, I'm choosing to believe, and I know it's hard to understand. We can't always see the plan, but we have a choice and this is mine. I'm choosing to believe. I'm choosing to believe. When hard things start to come my way, and when it's hard for me to see a brighter day, then I see a rainbow in the sky. I can feel the love around me. I feel like I can fly, because I know with hope there's always a better tomorrow. It's hard to believe the best, but you can't win if you give up. control. And sometimes I don't understand why the rolling thunder rolls. It's hard to believe the best, but you can't win if you give up. Don't give up, even if it doesn't work out like I planned. I'm choosing to believe, and I know it's hard to understand. We can't always see the plan, but we have a choice, and this is mine. I'm choosing to believe. I'm choosing to believe. Yeah. I'm choosing to believe.
Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread. Forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen. Have a blessed day. See you next week.